Hi,
Hello.
Francisco. How are you?
I'm
Welcome.
doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So excited to see you here. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I thought I'd jump in a little bit early so I could see how the stream's doing. How are you doing?
Oh yeah, we just talked with our friends for our new product. We have updated our SV535 and SV545, the two products. We have our new arrivals, and also for this something else, uh, 241 Pro and 238. I just showed there something with our first gear.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I just got that 241 Pro is really good. I just got that new firmware you guys sent out for it. It's such a good piece of hardware. Yeah, that one's I like that 241 Pro. I'm excited for
Oh yeah,
the
I got you.
535, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, about 1 month before, I have watched your video. You have do a
Okay.
test for our SV241 Pro review, and
Mm,
Premier features are target budget, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah, I
awesome.
have watched your video. That's so cool.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you guys watched the videos. I do sort of have almost like an engineering mindset with some of those things sometimes. So I'm glad that like the company's looking at them because it's feedback that I would give. Yeah, someday we'll get a chance to meet in person, and I'll give the similar sort of feedback. But it's good stuff. You guys make good things. I like it. I have a lot of Svbony stuff in this in my office.
Oh yeah, I got you. Thank you so much for your line. Yeah, we really have so many good products. We have the best price and the high quality, and our product manager always listen for our customers. So we always have the best products for you. Thanks for thanks for you, my dear friends.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and
how do you want to do this? Do you want me to jump back off stage for a minute and let you wrap up, or what do you want to do next? Because I think my time slot's not for another like 10 minutes. I don't know what are you in the mood for?
I just want to invite you to show something around you for our product in your, maybe you are sitting in your studio, right? And
Yeah.
could you show something with our product? Maybe SB five, four,
Yeah.
five, or five. Yeah.
So
Now,
I just my latest video and so yeah, I'll jump into my whole thing then. My latest video was a review of the SV555. And I know it's a product that's been out for a little bit now. I sort of missed the boat. Hello, stream. I see everyone on stream. Hey guys. Um, I just did a full. It was one of my longer videos, so I did a full unboxing and review. Um, and actually have it right here because I don't know. This is where I keep my telescope stuff. So I just did a full unboxing and review of the SV555, and I compared it with most of the videos on my channel. Actually, here, let me start over. I'm Francisco. I'm from Deep Sky Labs. I feel like there's probably a lot of people that might not know me here. Um, and I've started this YouTube channel pretty recently, primarily because I wanted to try and use sort of data and science. One of my favorite shows as a kid was MythBusters, and so I wanted to try and use the sort of MythBusters ethos of as long as you write it down, it's science. So I wanted to bring that ethos to sort of testing astronomy gear and astrophotography equipment. Because as I got into the hobby about 2 years ago, I've only been doing this for about 2 years, the astrophotography in general. I noticed there was a lot of a lot of wisdom, but not a lot of science. And so I wanted to sort of do those sorts of things. And with that, I started the YouTube channel, which is called Deep Sky Lab. You can go find it on YouTube. But really, one of my latest videos, like I said, was this SV555, and I compared it to my normal travel setup. So I like traveling for astrophotography. I'm willing to probably carry a little bit more weight than most people. So I do travel with a 2600, like a big IMX 571 class sensor and stuff like that. And so, but this year I'm looking to make some changes to my travel setup. So I have a whole video about a different mount that I'm getting into. But what I wanted to investigate was whether I needed to update my optical tube assembly. And that's where, I'm glad, I got in contact with you guys, and you guys were generous enough to send me this review sample, which for anyone watching that, might or might not know what a review sample is, this telescope gets sent around to a bunch of people. And then I get it, as like the fourth or fifth person. And it's great. It's been operating so awesomely. Oh, switching it around.
Oh, yeah. Our another friend is also joining us right now. So I just want to invite him to join our live stream right now. So maybe something wrong with my. Okay, right now, that's cool. Take your time. You can continue. No worry. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So I wanted to test a couple of things, mostly to me for something that's this small. I wanted to test star shape, like general roundness, especially on a big IMX571 sensor like this. And this one specifically is kind of a pain because it's the Duo. So it actually has two cameras inside of it. And one camera's really out to the corner, and that one's used for guiding. And so I needed to make sure that something like this that I use to travel can illuminate and create good stars all the way out in the edges, because I needed it for guiding so that when I travel, I don't have to bring a separate guide scope with me. I can just bring this one telescope. And so that was part of the testing that I did. I wired this up and I used it in my backyard, which is fairly bright. I live in sort of the middle of the suburbs somewhere in Southern California. And the night that I did most of my testing, the moon was about half full. So it was not a good night for astrophotography. And I was able to figure out how to use it, and like the backspacing stuff that I had been hearing about, none of that was actually a problem that I had, which again is amazing considering that this is a review scope. And so this isn't like a golden sample that Svbony sent me personally. This one's just been sent around, and it's been in the mail more than probably most people's telescope. And it's still holding up like really well. So that gave me a lot of confidence that, in the video, I sort of made the announcement. I think this is my new travel telescope for this year, just because it breaks down really easy. It will illuminate the 533 color Duo all the way out to the edges so that I have no issues with guiding. And it feels like good to hold. And I'm not really worried about like the finish or anything. Like this is all very sturdy stuff. So yeah, you guys did a really good job with this SV555, and I'm excited to get, either the 535 or the 545, whichever one I can get my hands on. I'm excited to try that out. Oh, it looks like we've got some more people on the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have invited so many of our friends joining our live stream here.
That's
Hi,
cool.
Welcome Harmon, and Naz. Welcome, dear friend, join right now. Hey.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Naz. Welcome, join.
Sure. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Francesca.
Yeah.
Hey, Naz. I don't think we've ever met. I've seen your videos before. I'm a big fan. But I don't think we've ever had an opportunity to chat. So hello, good morning, probably.
Yeah, good to meet you.
Yeah, Naz's video is very funny and interesting. I also see some cartoon here.
Yeah, I try, try and get people's attention. Trying to be funny, trying to make videos how I live my life.
It's really catch my attention. And it's really, and it also helps also the history of our astro, and also you also show us how to use our telescope, and also you do some testing here. I also watched your video before.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and also which product is your favorite one for our product?
Oh, so I guess I can talk about like what I've been testing for Svbony for the last couple of months. It's the Francisco. So you were talking about this, the SV545.
Oh, you got the 545, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been playing with this for the last 3 months or so, 4 months or so, give or take. I've only had like 3 clear nights, which is terrible, but
yeah.
but it disappears if I take it over here. But the picture behind me was taken with this telescope. I love the wide field nature of this, f4.5, 45 millimeter. it doesn't have a variable aperture like the 555, so it's stuck at 4.5, which is, I think, more beginner friendly, because a lot of people who are getting into the hobby, they're like, which f-stop do I use to try and get something good? Stick with the widest field. And I do have a video coming out on this probably later today or tomorrow, where I go more into detail about the technical specs of this, how I took the images, what they look like, and some more analysis of this. And so far, this was a prototype scope. So when Svbony reached out asking me if I want to test this, I had no idea what they were going to send me. It just piqued my interest. I was like, yeah, sure, send me whatever. I'll test it out. And it's like super lightweight. I'll actually I actually did like a quick presentation. So let me share my screen really quickly, so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. There we go.
And also, Francisco, NAS also do testing for our 241 before. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that thing's great. I like it.
Going back to the beginning. All right. I think the screen is loading. So anyway,
we can see it.
Yeah. So it's just a really quick presentation of just the stuff I've been doing with the SV545. I didn't know that SV535 was coming out until like 2 weeks ago. But just a little bit about myself. I do a lot of my work under the name Astronomy. Most people call me Naz. My full first name is Nazmus, which is Arabic for star. So I was kind of meant for this hobby, for astronomy and astrophotography. I've been doing visual astronomy for over 20 years now, and astrophotography for almost 14 years. And I do a lot of outreach and education, both online and offline. So like I'm here in Boston, you'll see me out on the sidewalk with telescopes trying to show people, especially when the planets are out. I'll be out there with my big SCT. Like, hey, come look at the rings of Saturn. So I tested this telescope out with DSLR because it is marked as an astro camera lens. So I wanted to see like how it was as an actual lens. I don't do anything outside of solar and lunar with my lenses because I don't know how to photograph anything that's not in the sky. But it was really impressive. The moon looked really good. That moon picture is just a picture of my LCD screen with my cell phone. So it doesn't look great, but processed, it looks really good. And the sunspots also looked amazing through this. So that's a homemade solar filter on just a basic Monphoto tripod, pointed it up and took some pictures. It was super easy to use. And the handlebar and the whole thing is just so steady that I could just pick the whole thing up just by the handlebar and take it from place to place outside, which is really neat. And since it has M48 threads in the back, I can use a T-ring along with the EOS adapter, and it just goes straight into my DSLR pretty easily. And I didn't mention this here, but the lens has I don't know if the SV555 has it, but it has an infinity marker, which makes it super easy to just get out there and get focused. So you can see that I don't have an EAF on this. I just set it to infinity, pointed it up, and I was in focus. I think I have to go a little bit in or out for lunar and solar, but on the stars, it was perfect. So I did some like star trails. You can see there's some bumps here because I accidentally bumped my tripod like 3 times. But this was just a test to see if I can see chromatic aberrations through this thing with the DSLR. Usually on bright stars like this, you'll see chroma come out really easily. And I didn't spot any of this, which was really interesting. And I also saw flat stars from corner to corner, which is pretty easy to see with my DSLR. Anyway. The Comet Tails version looks a little bit better. And you can see no chroma at all. The stars look really nice. I also used it with an Astrocam. So this is actually another prototype that I'm testing for Svbony. It's the IMX571 version of their Astrocam, the SC571. That's going to come out at some point later. I'm still testing it, but it works really well. And pretty much everything you see here is Svbony except for the guide cam and the EAF, which is a Gemini brand. But everything else here is Svbony, and it works really well. Super lightweight, super portable. I'm not using an OAG here. My guide scope is bigger than my actual telescope, so I think my next test will be with the OAG. So some images I've taken with this. So this is the Heart and Soul Nebula. This is, I think, a couple hours of data using this and the Svbony 220, SV220 7nm filter. I think the colors looked really good. This was near the full moon, so that makes it a little bit more impressive, I think. And I also love taking pictures of the double cluster in Perseus, NGC 869 and NGC 884. Since this is f4.5, I did 60-second exposures, but going back, I probably should have done like 15 to 30 seconds at most because it did blow out some of the cores of the stars. But it looks beautiful. Like the amount of stars in the field, just even in a single sub, was mind-blowing. And of course, it can do galaxies as well, but it's not a galaxy telescope. So aside from M33 and M31, everything else is going to look tiny. But I think M81 and M82 looks really good. And when you plate solve it, you can actually see a lot of the other objects that are in the field of view, which is really neat. This little tiny telescope with an IMX571 sensor can get quite a lot. And again, this was during a full moon. And I always like looking at Mizar and Alcor. This is a binary star system in Ursa Major. Fun fact, there's actually 6 stars here. Mizar itself is a quadruple star system. Alcor is a double star system. And this is just to see if this can separate those stars. This is an excellent visual target as well. I didn't do any visual astronomy with this telescope, just astrophotography. And this separates Mizar and Alcor really, really easily. I need to do some more testing on other double stars as well and see if I can split those as well. So like I said, there's going to be a video coming out about this probably later today or maybe tomorrow. I'll have some more information on there. I have more like image analysis on there. So the individual frames, we'll look at what a stack frames looks like. We'll look at the tilt. We'll look at the aberration inspector and so on and so forth. But you can find me on YouTube, at Astronomy, on Instagram, everywhere, basically in Astronomy.
Oh, yes, thanks for sharing. And I already followed it before and looking forward to your new images tomorrow. And just as you emphasized, this product is really new friends beginning, right? And also, I have watched the video before, and your video is very interesting and full of cartoon. And before 1 month, you also do a test for our SV241 Pro. And how do you think the SV241 Pro, and how do you see, what is the most part that you favorite? Which is your most favorite part of our SV241 Pro?
The SV2, I think I really like the remote control, the ASCOM controller of it all, since it connects to Nina really easily. I did test it a little bit with my old Astroberry setup, which is Indie based. It's not supported anymore, so I don't use it much anymore. But and I think a firmware version came out recently, right, where the settings save after you turn it off. So I'm really looking forward to testing that. That was like one of my pet peeves. Like I'll turn it off, or like I'll accidentally click on the gear icon, and all of my named items would go away. So I'm looking forward to testing that out. But yeah, like it's being able to restart some of the stuff remotely has been great. I mean, I do stuff just in my backyard, so it's easy to go out and unplug and plug it back in. But when it's really cold and I need to just restart something really quickly, it's just super handy. I also did some extensive testing on the USB 3 ports just to make sure they are really USB 3 ports, and they are, which was nice to see, because there were a few not power boxes, but like USB hubs that I've tested in the past that claim USB 3, but they're not. So I tested this pretty extensively with a bunch of USB cables, a bunch of hardware readers to make sure that they are actually USB 3. So I'm impressed with the speeds. Besides that, like just like the price of it, like this is my first power box, like actual full power box, because I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars on some other brands that that I can just, it wasn't worth it for me to spend hundreds of dollars where I can just go in the backyard and restart something if I needed to. So I really like it.